William Chan and Zhao Lusi, the most controversial couple, who ended up winning hearts. Welcome back to Fresh Angle 24H, the place where we uncover the real stories behind Asia's most talked about stars. Here, we don't just talk about fame, we decode the emotions, choices, and turning points that shape the people behind the spotlight. If you're passionate about Chinese entertainment and love stories that go beyond the screen, make sure to stick around. It started as a casting announcement, one that instantly split the internet in half. On one side, fans of William Chan, the Hong Kong-born actor known for his quiet charisma and masculine intensity. On the other, fans of Zhao Lusi, the bright, lively actress whose charm and energy have dominated romantic dramas across Asia. No one thought these two belonged in the same frame. William Chan is controlled fire, a man who commands the screen with presence, mystery, and emotional restraint. Zhao Lusi, in contrast, is sunshine, unpredictable, spontaneous, and effortlessly radiant. He's the kind of actor who pulls you in with silence. She's the kind who owns every room with laughter. When news broke that they would share the screen, the reactions were instant and fierce. "Mismatched," said one fan. "They'll never have chemistry," claimed another. But art has a funny way of proving people wrong. From their very first table read, something strange happened. The two didn't just act together, they began to reflect each other. William's character, a sharp-minded, emotionally guarded man who calculates every move, was everything she wasn't. Zhao's character, a self-made woman who refuses to let hardship define her, brought color to his monochrome world. Their interactions were not traditionally romantic. They were confrontational, electric, almost like two forces testing the limits of one another. He would meet her stubbornness with cold precision. She would answer his cynicism with warmth that disarmed him. The camera didn't need to force chemistry. It was there, raw, restrained, and honest. Behind that contrast was something deeper, a clash of personalities that slowly turned into understanding. For Zhao Lusi's character, he represented the kind of stability she never had. For William Chan's, she was the chaos he secretly craved, but never allowed himself to feel. But while the story unfolded on set, another drama exploded off-screen. William Chan's loyal fans, protective of his serious, masculine image, weren't happy. They believed his pairing with a younger, bubbly actress would tarnish the gravitas he had built over years. Social media became a battlefield. Petitions were signed. Threads appeared demanding his withdrawal. Some even tried to turn Zhao Lusi's fanbase against her, mocking the collaboration as a publicity stunt. What they didn't realize was that controversy can be the best kind of marketing. Every complaint, every argument, every angry hashtag only made the public more curious. Within hours, their names dominated trending lists across Chinese platforms. Clips from behind-the-scenes rehearsals went viral. Viewers who once doubted them now couldn't stop watching their scenes. The irony. The same fans who had once shouted, "No chemistry," began posting side-by-side edits of their most intense moments, captioned, "Okay, maybe they actually work." What made their partnership special wasn't just attraction, it was transformation. Both characters were written to challenge stereotypes. William Chan portrayed a man born into privilege, but trapped by expectations. Beneath his calm exterior was loneliness, pride, and an unspoken need to be understood. Zhao Lusi's role was the complete opposite. A woman from nothing, fighting her way through a world that never gave her a chance. Her strength wasn't in perfection, it was in persistence. When they met, it wasn't a fairy tale. It was friction, growth, and emotional vulnerability. There was no savior, no victim, just two flawed individuals trying to survive, finding comfort in each other's chaos. That's why their connection resonated. It wasn't about pretty faces or dramatic kisses. It was about two broken souls learning how to breathe again. For William Chan, the character let him step out of his stoic shell, to show the emotional layers fans hadn't seen in years. For Zhao Lusi, it was her most mature portrayal yet, a woman who balances tenderness with steel. Together, they didn't just play lovers, they embodied balance. As the series aired, the energy shifted. What began as doubt turned into applause. Viewers were drawn to their tension, the kind of chemistry that doesn't scream but simmers. People started noticing the subtleties, how his eyes softened when she smiled, how she paused just long enough before answering him, how their silences felt louder than dialogue. It wasn't about romance anymore, it was about recognition. Two people realizing they were mirrors of each other's pain. Critics praised the emotional restraint, calling it one of William Chan's best performances in years. Zhao Lusi was hailed for shedding her usual playfulness and revealing a quieter, deeper strength. The show quickly climbed the rankings, pulling in millions of views and breaking internal streaming records. In just days, the once controversial pairing became the center of national conversation. And as the story grew, so did their individual redemption arcs. For William Chan, it was proof that risk pays off. For Zhao Lusi, it was a declaration that she's not just a cute face, but an actress with range and depth. Audiences didn't fall in love because it was perfect. They fell in love because it was human. The characters fought, failed, laughed, and cried like real people. They made mistakes, clung to pride, and learned the hard way what it means to care. In a world full of picture-perfect romances, this story felt refreshingly raw. It didn't idealize love, it dissected it. It showed that love isn't about rescue, it's about recognition. That's what viewers connected to. They saw themselves in these characters, in the struggle to stay strong, the fear of being vulnerable, and the quiet relief of finally being seen. For many, it wasn't just a drama, it was a reflection of life, with all its sharp edges and fleeting tenderness. And that, more than any headline, is what makes it unforgettable. Even the harshest critics couldn't ignore the results. Ratings soared. Clips trended globally. Fan pages that once criticized their casting started celebrating their performances. Journalists praised the realism, the slow-burn storytelling, and the fact that the actors didn't rely on clichés to sell emotion. They simply lived it. Every argument, every glance, every tear felt earned. That's the magic of great acting, when it stops feeling like fiction. William Chan's transformation reminded people of why they fell for his intensity in the first place. Zhao Lusi's growth solidified her place as one of China's most bankable and beloved actresses. Together, they turned skepticism into silence and silence into applause. There's something universal in their story, not just about love, but about courage. It takes courage to work with someone completely different from you. Courage to step into unfamiliar emotional territory. And courage to face a world ready to doubt you before it even sees you. Both actors did exactly that. They leaned into discomfort, embraced contrast, and found beauty in contradiction. Their partnership reminds us that great chemistry doesn't always come from similarity. Sometimes, it comes from tension, from the willingness to challenge, to listen and to evolve. That's why their performances feel alive. Because they didn't try to imitate perfection, they pursued truth. In the end, this pairing wasn't just another celebrity collaboration. It was a lesson in artistic bravery. William Chan rediscovered his emotional depth. Zhao Lusi broke through the limits others set for her. And together, they created something that spoke louder than gossip, connection. Not the kind that fades when the credits roll, but the kind that lingers, reminding us why we watch stories in the first place. They proved that when two different worlds meet, something extraordinary can happen, not despite the differences, but because of them. Thank you for joining us here on Fresh Angle 24H, where every story has more than one side. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the emotional worlds behind Asia's brightest stars, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Now it's your turn. What did you think of William Chan and Zhao Lusi's performance? Did their chemistry surprise you? Were you among those who doubted them at first? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your take. Until next time, this is Fresh Angle 24H, bringing you fresh stories, deeper insights, and new perspectives, 24 hours a day.